As one of the world's largest countries, Russia has vast forests and wilderness areas with significant populations of wild boar. In some areas, these animals are overpopulated, leading to habitat degradation and agricultural damage. In response, hunting and processing wild boar meat into canned products helps manage their numbers while providing a valuable food source. Russia has a long tradition of hunting, and wild boar hunting is very popular among both local people and commercial hunters. Usually, after hunting, wild boars are processed and slaughtered on the spot by hunters, and only their meat is harvested to serve the consumer market. However, with the increasing demand for wild boar meat processing facilities are expanding in many localities. Rather than wasting the excess meat from hunting activities, much of the wild boar meat was canned to ensure maximum use of the resources. Only healthy wild boars are selected for meat production, and they undergo strict veterinary checks to ensure they are free of diseases such as swine fever or parasites. Each pig is then skinned, gutted, and cleaned in hygienic conditions. The meat is divided into different cuts such as muscle, organs, and bones. The best quality cuts, usually from the shoulder, thigh, and loin, are selected for canning. Each piece of meat is trimmed of excess fat and cut into small, uniform pieces to fit into the can. In most cases, wild boar meat is pre-cooked before being canned. The boiling process removes impurities, as well as ensuring better texture and flavor. Traditional Russian canned wild boar is seasoned with salt, black pepper, bay leaves, and garlic. Sometimes spices and herbs are added according to regional preferences. Cooked or raw meat is packed in sterilized metal cans. Each can is vacuum sealed to prevent contamination. To ensure long shelf life, the sealed cans are sterilized at high temperatures of 120 degrees Celsius for 60 to 90 minutes. This step kills bacteria, parasites, and any harmful organisms. It also helps ensure that the meat remains safe to consume for a long time. After sterilization, the cans are cooled rapidly, labeled with product information, and finally distributed to the consumer market. Canned meat is a practical solution for food preservation, especially in countries with harsh winters and remote areas. Canned wild boar meat has a long shelf life, making it ideal for military supplies, emergency food reserves, and areas with limited fresh meat supplies. The Russian military also values canned wild boar meat for its high protein content and long shelf life. Wild boar meat is often found in the rations of military and outdoor survival enthusiasts. Not only for domestic consumption, Russia also exports a large amount of canned wild boar meat to a number of European and Asian countries, where many people love wild boar meat and consider it a delicacy. Wild boar meat is rich in minerals and vitamin B, and has very little saturated fatty acids. Wild boar meat is rich in antioxidants that help regulate blood sugar levels. Its high phosphorus content helps strengthen joints and bones. This meat is beneficial for the skin and mucous membranes of the human body, the nervous system and the digestive system. With its high nutritional value, wild boar meat is an ideal food for nutritional supplementation. Currently, there are still many conflicting opinions about the production of canned wild boar meat. Because most people believe that wild boar meat contains many bacteria that are harmful to human health. To resolve these doubts, Roskachestvo experts, the Russian national quality system, tested many samples of canned wild boar meat from many different brands. From there, they considered the safety, quality, and reliability of the label. Test reports show that all samples are safe, with no microorganisms or antibiotics detected. This confirms that Russian canned wild boar meat products are safe for consumers. Are you surprised that Russia processes millions of canned wild boar meat every year? Leave a comment to let us know. Maybe you don't know, in addition to poultry farms for eggs, in Southeast Asia, many farmers have become rich from the model of raising dove for eggs. This form of farming sounds strange, right? Because dove are mainly raised as pets thanks to their special singing. So today, let's explore with us what a dove farm is like for eggs. Currently, in Southeast Asia, dove farms are mainly located in Vietnam and Malaysia, with a scale of up to thousands of breeding birds, helping to earn tens of thousands of US dollars in profit each year. The main dove breeds raised are the Japanese dove and the French dove. These breeds are well adapted to the natural conditions in the region and have good reproductive capacity. Dove farms today range from medium to large in scale, with thousands to millions of birds raised annually. In particular, closed-loop farms help increase egg production and ensure high quality. For the farm to develop optimally and gain high profits, farmers need to choose good, healthy, disease-free breeding birds. Good breeding birds have the ability to achieve high egg-laying rates and stable egg production. The cages also need to be designed to be spacious and airy, with a suitable cooling and lighting system installed. Most farmers raise dove in a closed cage system, with 1 to 2 dove raised in a cage. Each cage is designed with a door for convenient provision of food, water, and bird care. Dove farmers say that in order for their animals to grow best, they need to combine natural and industrial foods to ensure nutrition. Currently, the market has produced specialized foods for dove, ensuring full nutritional value for the birds to grow and reproduce best. Many farmers also feed dove with grains grown on the farm such as corn and soybeans to save costs. In addition to providing nutritious food, farmers also regularly check the health of the birds, vaccinate and prevent diseases. Because dove are very susceptible to respiratory diseases and infections spread by epidemics. Prevention and isolation of dove from other poultry and wild birds is necessary to prevent disease. Doves start laying eggs at 5 to 6 months of age, and each bird can lay 100 to 150 eggs a year. Farmers collect the eggs daily, then clean and store them under strict conditions. For farms with thousands of dove, farmers can collect hundreds to thousands of eggs a day. Dove eggs are one of the important enrichment products for farmers. Because they have high nutritional value, contain many proteins, vitamins and minerals, they are considered an important source of nutrition for human health. They are used in food processing, traditional medicine and as raw materials in the cosmetics industry. Many farmers have made a lot of profit and created many economic benefits from raising dove. Nowadays, the price of dove eggs is relatively stable, but the supply is not enough to meet the market demand, so it is not really popular in food stores. Dove eggs are loved in many countries, especially in Asia and Europe. Dove eggs are in high demand in the market due to their nutritional value and use in traditional medicine. In addition to dove eggs, farmers in Southeast Asia can profit from dove farming in a variety of ways, thanks to the economic value of the eggs, meat, and breeding birds. Many households raise dove to provide breeding stock for new farms. The price of chicks and hatching eggs can range from a few dollars to tens of dollars per bird, depending on the quality of the breeding stock. Healthy, well-clucking breeding birds are even more valuable. Reputable breeding farms can produce millions of doves each year to supply other commercial farms. Each time they buy breeding birds, breeding farms need to import hundreds to thousands of breeding birds, so the profits from breeding farms are very high. During the rearing process, farm waste is also used as fertilizer. Dove droppings are rich in nutrients and are used to fertilize plants, especially ornamental plants and clean vegetables. Farmers can take advantage of this source of fertilizer to sell or use in agricultural cultivation, reducing investment costs in chemical fertilizers. Not only making a profit from bird eggs and chicks, dove meat is also very popular. Dove meat is considered a specialty dish, has high nutritional value and is often consumed in restaurants and specialty eateries. The price of dove meat is quite high compared to other types of poultry, helping farmers have an additional source of income. Dove meat has a characteristic aroma, sweet taste, soft but still retains its firmness. When processed, the meat has moderate toughness. It is also suitable for many different processing methods such as roasting, stewing, grilling, steaming. It is considered a food source rich in protein, low in fat, containing many important vitamins and minerals. Dove meat is not only delicious but also extremely nutritious, suitable for all ages. This is a great food source to help improve health, increase physical strength without causing obesity.
Surely, many of us are familiar with hydroponic farms. However, the farming activity below will surprise you because it is different from other hydroponic farms. Yes, before our eyes is a unique form of farming that has been taking place in rural areas of Bangladesh for decades. Farmers can grow vegetables and even sow seedlings on beds floating on the water surface. Is this a bed made of soil? And why does it float like that? All will be in this video. Please join us to explore. Bangladesh is a country prone to floods and waterlogging, which inundate 2/3 of its land area every year, most of which is agricultural land. This can lead to food insecurity as agriculture is one of the largest contributors to Bangladesh's GDP. To cope with the climate challenges and ensure food security during the flood season, Bangladeshi farmers have come up with a unique method of growing crops based on a common plant, the water fern. Currently, there are more than 2,000 farming households in the south and southwest of Bangladesh developing agricultural economy from this model. To create floating beds, farmers use layers of plants such as water hyacinth, duckweed, or rice stalks to decompose, forming beds that float on the water surface. They are then mixed with mud and cow dung for the plants to grow. On these beds, farmers grow fruits and vegetables, and crops such as turmeric and ginger are also grown by farmers. At first glance, this farming method seems relatively simple, but in reality, it takes a lot of time and effort. Because farmers need to do all the work by themselves without any support from equipment or machinery. Farmers usually collect water hyacinth from wetlands, and the floating beds are built with 3 to 5 layers of water hyacinth, layer by layer, from bottom to top, until the desired height of the bed is reached. After 5 to 7 days, the old beds will become compact due to the decomposition of water hyacinth. After the beds are formed, farmers use layers of mature water hyacinth to form the foundation for the upper surface of the floating beds. The length of each bed is usually 15 to 20 meters, and the width is 1.3 to 1.8 meters, depending on the cultivation areas. After the floating beds are designed, farmers will proceed to plant. Depending on the variety of crops, farmers will directly sow seeds or prepare specialized pots to grow seedlings. Pots are made from decomposed water hyacinth to grow seeds of vegetables, tubers, and fruits. It is locally called tema or mada and is used as a growing environment for seedlings. After the tema develop into seedlings, they are planted on raised beds. During this process, farmers can also apply cow dung or urea fertilizer to help the plants grow best. After planting, farmers still need to continue daily care to ensure the best growth of the plants. If the floating beds dry out, they need to be watered daily to help them grow and develop. Weeds are also removed from the floating beds to limit pests and damage from birds or rats. When the crops reach optimal conditions, farmers harvest them. Crop products such as vegetables and spices are often consumed by farming households. In addition, they sell a large amount of surplus produce at local markets to earn extra money to cover their daily living expenses. Farmers who practice this method say they can earn an average profit of $140 per 100 meters squared of raised beds from crop production. Not only that, it also has many advantages such as low cost and reduced risk from natural disasters. Floating beds use locally available raw materials, so there is no need for expensive initial costs. In particular, water hyacinth is often classified as one of the worst invasive species, and its application in agricultural cultivation not only helps farmers stabilize their economy, but also ensures that the local ecosystem is maintained. Researchers also estimate that floating vegetable production is 10 times higher than growing vegetables on land on the same area. Because this method allows for better control of crops, it also limits some common diseases on crops. Farmers also use very little chemical fertilizers and pesticides, minimizing negative impacts on the environment. Most importantly, it contributes to food security in many disaster-prone states in Bangladesh. When large areas of agricultural land are flooded, this method of farming on floating beds has become the main source of food for people in the region. Perhaps in the future, many places in the world will strongly develop this model to increase crop yields and stabilize livelihoods for communities living in river areas.
is amazing to see the rooftops of these high-rise buildings, which were once empty, now transformed into lush green farms. People have grown a variety of vegetables and fruits on these high-rise roofs. It is hard to believe that today there's an entire agricultural system built on urban rooftops, which has become very popular in the United States in recent years. Today, let's explore with us how farmers build rooftop farms. Rooftop farming is a form of urban agriculture in which food is grown on the roofs of buildings. However, not all buildings can be used for farming, and farmers need to assess the load-bearing capacity of the building to ensure that no accidents can occur. To grow crops on the roof, soil, plants, water, and farming equipment need to be transported. The buildings need to ensure enough sunlight for the plants to grow. In addition, windbreaks or bamboo trellises need to be set up to protect the plants. There are different types of rooftop farming such as soil-based farming, hydroponics, or aquaponics depending on the location and size of the building. Many farmers who choose soil-based farming will cultivate in regular rows to grow a variety of vegetables and herbs. Since the plants are grown on rooftops, it is impractical to carry water by hand, so farmers need to install an irrigation system. This could be drip irrigation that delivers water directly to the roots of the plants, which should be controlled by sensors to optimize water use and avoid waste. Farmers can also collect and store rainwater for irrigation by installing tanks on the roof. The soils used are light and organically fertilized for optimal plant growth. The organic fertilizers used in this environment are usually biochar or coconut fiber. Some people also use worm castings to create nutrient-rich soil. The crops chosen are usually light, fast-growing, high-yielding crops that are well-suited to rooftop conditions. Popular crops include lettuce, spinach, or kale. Herbs include basil, mint, coriander, and rosemary. Some rooftop farms even raise chickens for eggs or bees for honey production. See? The plants grown on the roof are really lush and look delicious. The farmers make sure that no pesticides are used on these vegetable beds. They usually use organic and manual methods to remove pests from the vegetables. This ensures a healthy ecological environment and does not affect the air in the city. It is wonderful to see the concrete roofs of high-rise buildings now turning into a green color of life. Many urban residents have become professional farmers as they regularly plant and harvest crops on their rooftops. Do you know how rooftop plants are consumed? They can be harvested, cleaned, and packaged for consumption at stores specializing in organic food. Many of these stores also grow vegetables on their roofs and sell directly at the store, saving costs and maximizing profits. Not only that, these organic vegetables and fruits are also sold to restaurants inside the building to serve diners. Because nowadays, organically grown foods are always favored by consumers. Rooftop agriculture is currently only developing on a small scale in some developed countries such as the US and some countries in Europe. Although it is not yet widely popular, with the benefits it brings, it will certainly be considered a new agriculture in the future. Rooftop farming has many benefits. The most obvious is that it can reduce the extreme temperatures in cities during the summer. This reduces the amount of energy needed for heating and air conditioning systems, as well as the pollution created by heating and cooling. This also reduces the cost of heating or cooling a building. Rooftop farming systems can also reduce noise pollution from the city and protect roofs from the sun, rain, and wind. In addition, it helps cities become more self-sufficient in food production. It also provides jobs and creates business opportunities in urban agriculture, helping a segment of urban residents earn extra income and stabilize their lives. Nowadays, rooftop farming systems are also designed with multi-level hydroponic systems or combined with fish farming to diversify food sources. Poultry and aquatic products can be raised on a large scale in the future. What do you think if this system can be widely developed in the future? Leave your comments below to let us know.